In this video, we're asking South Koreans about what they think about Donald Trump. Their honest insights. Let's go. The first word that comes to mind now that Donald Trump is president again.
Businessman, that's the first one I came up.
Is that how you see him?
Yes. I don't know much about him, but I see him as a businessman who is very smart.
Chaos as a South Korean.
And why do you think chaos as a South Korean?
Because if I were American, I would probably support him and like him because he actually worked for the country. But as a South Korean, you know, we have to pay 10 times more defense fee, probably from next year. And also, I saw one video that he described South Korea as a cash cow. President of certain countries shouldn't say that kind of word. So yeah, when I watched the video, that I thought it was shocked. Yeah.
Chaotic. I'm pretty sure people with a normal brain would normally not support Donald Trump because of the kind of, especially if you're American, Trump's really not the right candidate to run for president, although he is now president. A lot of his policies are quite extremist and to some extent radical. There's a lot of things that I can say, but just quite chaotic.
Wow. yeah. When I found out the result, I said, wow.
You weren't expecting that?
Ooh, kinda. I'm not saying I like him or I don't like him. But the thing is I've heard about him that he's related to some criminal stuff right now. So I quite surprised to hear that even though he has some scandal, but still he become the American president. Yeah.
How do you think Trump's presidency will impact the relationship between South Korea and USA?
I think it's a little bit complicated because every country has their own a relationship with other neighbor countries, right? And Korea also North Korea, China, Russia, Japan. Very complicated situation. And I don't know about that much, but I've heard Donald also have some complicated relationship between other countries. So I'm quite interested to see what's gonna happen.
What do you hope happens between the relationship between the USA and South Korea?
I hope we can be two friends. I wish the Korean government and American government, they can get along each other well, friendly, no loss. Yeah, nothing to lose. Yeah.
I don't know much about that, but I heard that about the army, Donald Trump will charge Korea much more than now, I guess. Much more money before. So that's the difference. I don't know how that affects people.
How do you want the relationship to be between South Korea and USA with Donald Trump as president?
I don't know, because Korea is in
war tensions?
Ceasefire.
So about that, I wish the current situation will last for 5 years during his stay, I guess.
So is that a ceasefire between North and South Korea?
Yeah.
South Korea government heavily rely on US government. So if they say do it, then we kind of need to do it. And also, as I said before, we have to pay 10 times more defense fee, right? If they require that, then we might have to follow it. The relationship isn't really matter because we have to follow what they say.
What do you hope the relationship will be like as a result of Donald Trump's presidency again?
Trump is a businessman, right? So if we pay, then our relationship's gonna be good. And we actually really need US in terms of protecting the citizens from North Korea and from different bunch of things. So I think if you pay more, then our relationship's gonna be better.
Speaking in terms foreign policy and stuff, I guess one of Trump's main agendas is to sort of retrieve US troops that are out there in the world, bring them back home. Or, taking Korea for instance, there are around 35,000 US troops stationed in military camps in Korea for potential threats coming from North Korea and China potentially. Trump would rather have South Korea pay more for the sort of maintenance and military expenditure of US troops being stationed in Korea, or he would simply just choose to bring it back home again, because again, Trump's quite nationalistic, so he doesn't really care about how other countries sort of survive or maintain their military. I guess that's one of the biggest implications it kind of has, which might lead to certain strained relationships between Korea and the US. But again, Korea is still one of the US's biggest allies, not just militarily, but economically as well. So I don't think it have as much of an impact as compared to other former presidents and administrations. But yeah, I guess there might be certain setbacks, but not much change overall.
If Donald Trump visited South Korea and you had the chance to meet him, what would you want to say to him directly?
Welcome to Korea. Welcome to Korea. I know that's not gonna be his first time to visit Korea. I know a few years ago he visited already, but I want to say hope you enjoy your time in Korea again.
And nothing you'd want him to say about how you want him to be in Korea or treat Korea, or just how you want him to be as president?
Please consider Korean government is friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Why do you hate foreigners so much? I guess I want to say that to him.
Is it the case that he hates foreigners, or is it just around illegal immigrants?
Yeah, immigrant. Yeah, like that. Why do you hate so much about immigrants? Yeah, I want to ask.
Why do you think he hates immigrants so much?
I don't know, because he wants to keep what he has. That's the one thing that he wish.
You know, US has some sort of responsibility for all around the world, and I really want really competitive and strong countries should have responsibility for overall well-being of entire world, especially UN Sustainable Development Goals. But he's trying to quit from several important organizations like world. So I really want US to support overall well-being of countries, including Korea.
Leave us alone, maybe? I don't know, yeah. Just keep things the way they are. Don't come with drastic changes.
So what do you think makes Donald Trump, so although Donald Trump is very controversial, what do you think makes him popular with a good number of Americans?
I think he's quite charismatic person, I can say. I can see it when I look on the like YouTube or news. I can see once he do some like speech stuff, and quite many people like cheer him. So because of his charisma,
What do you think makes him charismatic?
I don't know. That's like kind of gift.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born with that, I guess.
I think the people who are privileged are with him. So he, as I said, he is a businessman who focuses on the earnings, incomes. So the privileged people are with him because of that.
I think young generation than the older people, they actually really support him because nowadays the global economy is getting decreased and the young generation is getting really hard to get a job. So Trump is willing to grow its economy. So I think that's why young generation really like him. And also he trying to work for the US only. That's why they really support him.
I mean, Trump's considered quite populist, and the rhetoric he kind of used throughout his speeches and so on appeal to the people, especially the ordinary sort of working class, white population in the US that are primarily in the manufacturing sector. And I guess by appealing to those, to that population group, by saying that jobs are being stolen from other places in the world, he kind of seeks emotional support from that population group. And obviously people there, not everyone, but generally speaking, that population group is, I guess, unsatisfied with the things that are going around in America. So yeah, it's mainly about his figure of speech, his populist rhetoric, and his way of mobilizing public support. That makes him so popular in the United States. And he's just a very silly character. So the way he attacks other, Democrats and so on, gives people this idea that Trump prioritizes American interests first, as compared to supposedly Democrats that want the US to sort of share its power with the world in a liberal international way.
Would you like to see South Korea have a leader like Donald Trump?
Half. Yes or no? Because of course, like I don't want to see somebody become a president with criminal scandal. Definitely. At the same time, I can see like Donald. He's playing some like policy for Americans for their economy. He wants to make their economy better than now. So he really care about Americans. So I think that's a good thing.
No, I don't think so.
Why is that?
Because I think Korea is in that situation that people who are in high income or they have majority of the earnings, and rest of them maybe 80 to 90% of people who are low income. So in that situation, I think we had enough of that situation. So maybe a person who is like Trump is in president position. I think that makes Korea worse.
We had a few years ago called Lee Myung-bak. He's very similar to Donald Trump because he was CEO of Hyundai and he's like a businessman, but he did something wrong as well. But from now, I don't think there is any people similar to Donald Trump.
So you talked about the Hyundai president before, went wrong with him, and would you like somebody like him again, or like somebody like Trump to lead South Korea? And if so, why? If not, why?
Especially during this period of time, we actually need someone who can actually save our countries. So the president like Donald Trump could be the president who actually really serve for the country. So I think we really need those kind of president right now.
And hopefully not, because again, his policies and everything are quite radical, isolationist. We live in a quite globalized era where people, countries, economies, everything's quite interconnected to one another. In this kind of contemporary era, it's kind of bad to have a figure like Trump in any country, especially in Korea, because one of our main sources of economy is an import. And if we have a figure like Donald Trump who prioritizes South Korea only, that would definitely have a negative impact towards not just our economy, but the way people in the world perceive us.
Now Donald Trump is president again, how would you feel about traveling to America either for a short time, or would you still want to travel to the USA for a holiday or to live there?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, America has a really fantastic cities. So yeah, of course, yeah. If I have chance, there, I want to travel.
Have you been to America before?
Yes.
Where did you go?
I visited California, Nevada, Portland, Seattle. Yeah.
And how did you find Americans?
They're so nice. They're so sweet, honestly, and they really have good energy. Like even like when I visit Starbucks, like the Starbucks staff also like, hey, how are you? Like, oh yes, yes, thank you for welcoming. I can feel they're welcoming, so it's nice.
Have you ever been to the USA?
Yes.
Where did you go and how long did you spend?
I went to Kentucky for 6 months.
What were you doing there?
I was studying.
How did you find Americans to be?
Where I was studying was very small countryside, so I don't think I experienced a full America that time. So I don't know what to say. But in general, people are nice. I had good experiences. Travel to US, yes, I want to.
I do have a plan to travel New York next April, but it's nothing to do with Donald Trump. But in terms of getting a visa, I think it could be hard, but I don't know. I haven't tried to apply for the visa.
You said you've been to the US or you're going to the US. Have you been to the US before?
Yeah, I've been.
Where have you been to?
I've been Miami, Florida, and I went to LA because I went to summer school there.
And how did you find Americans?
It's very free, you know. They don't really care about other people, how they think, and the food there is especially really good.
What's your favorite American food?
In-N-Out burger.
For visiting purposes, yeah, because I don't think Trump being in place makes a drastic difference for tourists necessarily. Working there, I might want to consider that, not just because of Trump, because of many other issues, especially relating to drug addict and so on in the United States. But I guess not really as for working, but for traveling, yeah, for sure.
If Trump was a character from a K-drama, which character do you think he would be?
He might like some character like historical king. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah,
The owner of hotel.
There's a K-drama that comes in mind where there's the owner of a hotel that reminds you of Donald Trump.
상속자들? Do you know? 상속자들 is drama about a very rich student. So maybe Donald Trump in that drama will appear interestingly.
As the student or as the hotel owner?
Hotel owner and at the same time a father of a rich student.
He will be different than a protagonist. Only president, the role of president.
Are there any K-drama characters that come to mind that remind you of Donald Trump?
Bad protagonist.
Okay.
Bad but powerful.
Well, there was this recent movie that got released from Netflix. I don't know the English name for it.
What's the Korean name?
Cheonnan, and it's actually from the dynasty before the Republic came. The kind of king went sort of navigated through the Korean-Japanese War in the 1500s. I guess he's quite similar to Donald Trump.
What's his name? Do you remember?
It's Sunjo. In that movie, at least, he's portrayed as quite childish.
If Trump was to live in South Korea, where do you think he would best fit into?
obviously Seoul. Seoul is capital in Korea. Even Korean presidents live there. So yeah, I think so.
Probably Seoul. There is a place called Hannamdong. Many wealthy people live. He might live there. It's in front of Han River as well.
Probably like Gangnam, maybe, because of his background and everything, starting his fortune from being real estate.
If Donald Trump could speak Korean, what do you think he would say most often in Korean?
안녕하세요. Obviously, yeah.
He would say hello most often.
Yeah, I think so.
So in Korean?
Yeah, in Korean.
Okay. 한국 미국한테 더 잘해야 돼.
What does that mean?
You guys have to be nicer to America.
Do you know how Donald Trump got popularity? Do you know fired? You fired. You know that?
Yeah.
해고. 해고 means fire, so you might use this word often.
겁쟁이, maybe, or if you go a bit more further in 병신.
What does Pyeongchang mean?
It's generally referred to as someone that is mentally unwell or physically unwell.
If Donald Trump sat next to you in a Korean pub or bar, what would you talk to him about?
Please care about the entire world instead of only thinking about US, and also all human, and we all need to live together in this world. US is a powerful country, so you guys have responsibility to cover and help all around the world.
Have a good time, man. Can I get a selfie with you? Yeah, maybe.
Any last words about the USA or Donald Trump?
Let's be nice to each other.
Great, fantastic, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Korede and I'm embarking on an exciting challenge going from 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. I need your help to achieve this. I am a YouTuber, I make great exciting videos, traveling, asking people about hot topics. You can check out my videos, subscribe, follow, share and like. Let's hit this target of 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. Together we can do this. Let the internet unite and let's make this happen.